Ladies and gentlemen, there is something magical about mornings. They are not just hours on the clock, they are a doorway to possibilities. Every sunrise is a reminder that life is giving you another chance to start fresh, to choose differently, to live better. But sadly, most of us waste those golden hours in distraction, laziness, and carelessness. We scroll endlessly, we complain about the day ahead, and we let time slip like sand between our fingers. If you're wasting your mornings, you're not just wasting hours, you are wasting opportunities, energy, and purpose. Because how you begin your morning shapes how you live your entire day, and how you live your days eventually shapes your life. Mornings are your foundation. The strength of a building is tested by its foundation, and the strength of your life is tested by how you start your day. A weak foundation cannot hold the weight of a grand structure, and a weak morning cannot hold the weight of a meaningful life. If your morning begins with chaos, the day will echo that chaos. If your morning begins with intention, the day will mirror that intention. Think of your morning as the soil and your actions as seeds. If you plant carelessness, distraction, and laziness, do not expect the fruit of discipline, clarity, and success. But if you plant gratitude, focus, and resilience, the harvest will surprise you with its beauty. The foundation you lay in the morning is not just for the day, it is for the future you are building. Every morning whispers to you, will you waste me or will you use me? Most people ignore this whisper and then complain about why their days feel unbalanced. But those who respect their mornings, who treat them as sacred, walk into the day with confidence and strength. Their foundation does not shake because it was built with intention. When you rise with a sense of purpose, you are not just waking up, you are creating alignment between who you are and who you want to become. The morning is the only time when you truly belong to yourself before the world demands your attention. To waste it is to surrender the most valuable part of your day. Mornings are like an architect's blueprint. If the lines are clear and strong, the building will stand tall. But if the design is careless, the structure will always be fragile. In the same way, your life is built brick by brick, and your mornings are where you decide how strong those bricks will be. You do not need to fill your mornings with perfection. You only need to begin with intention. Even the smallest act done with clarity is stronger than hours wasted in confusion. Remember, a foundation is not measured by its decoration, but by its strength. And strength comes only when you respect the hours that shape your destiny. A wasted morning is not just lost time, it is a crack in your foundation. And one crack, left unattended, can bring down an entire structure. But a morning built with focus and strength creates a foundation so unshakable that no storm can destroy it. Energy is highest in the morning. The morning is when your mind is at its sharpest, your willpower at its peak, and your body filled with a natural energy that no coffee can replicate. Yet many of us waste these golden hours in slumber or distractions, not realizing that once those hours are gone, they can never return. You are at your strongest in the morning, and if you let that strength fade away, you walk into the day already weakened. In the stillness of the morning, your creativity flows freely. Ideas come alive when your mind is fresh, not weighed down by the noise of the day. The great thinkers, artists, and leaders of history knew the value of these hours they created, they planned, they built in silence, while the rest of the world still slept. They understood that to waste the morning is to waste the purest form of energy you are given. The human mind is like a lamp that shines brightest when it is just lit. If you allow that brightness to be dimmed by distractions, you are denying yourself the light needed to see your path clearly. Those who use their mornings wisely walk into their day with vision, while those who waste them stumble blindly into hours they do not control. You must understand that success does not belong to the most talented, but to the most disciplined. And discipline is nothing but the ability to use your energy when it is at its highest. If you waste your mornings, you waste your edge. But if you guard them, you guard your strength. Energy is like currency. You can either invest it or spend it carelessly. If you invest your morning energy into growth, the returns will compound over time. But if you spend it on meaningless distractions, you will find yourself bankrupt of motivation when you need it the most. The choice is always yours. The reason many dreams die is not because people lack ambition, but because they waste their mornings. They never learn how to use their peak energy, and so their goals remain distant, untouched, and forgotten. To change your life, you must change how you spend your mornings. Every morning, life deposits energy into your account. Whether you use it to build or waste it on nothing determines how rich or poor your future will be. Do not let these priceless hours slip from your hands, for once they are gone, they can never return. Small habits shape big futures. Your mornings do not have to be filled with grand gestures or impossible routines. They only need small, consistent habits that, when repeated, transform your entire future. 10 minutes of gratitude, a few pages of reading, a short walk, a moment of silence. These little actions build invisible muscles of discipline and focus. Over time, they create a version of you that you never imagined possible. People often underestimate small habits because they do not bring instant results. But what they forget is that the most powerful transformations are invisible in the beginning. Just as drops of water carve valleys into stone, small morning habits carve greatness into your character. It is not about what you do once, but what you repeat every single day. When you waste your mornings, you deny yourself the chance to create these habits. You deny yourself the future that consistency could have given you. Every great achievement in history was built on the foundation of small daily actions, not one extraordinary act. Your mornings are the perfect place to practice these small actions. The truth is, success is not about speed. It is about consistency. And consistency is born in the rhythm of your mornings. If you want to transform your life, do not chase big changes overnight. Start by shaping your mornings. Because the way you start will determine how you finish. Habits are like seeds, and your mornings are the garden. If you plant discipline, gratitude, and learning, you will harvest strength, peace, and wisdom. If you plant nothing, you will harvest nothing. The silence of the morning gives you the perfect soil to plant wisely. The beauty of small habits is that they cost you little in the moment, but they pay you endlessly in the future. A page read today becomes a book read tomorrow. A jog today becomes strength tomorrow. A prayer today becomes peace tomorrow. Every morning gives you the chance to choose these investments. If you waste your mornings, you are not just losing hours, you are losing the compounding power of small habits that could have built you a future beyond imagination. The choice to rise or to waste is not just about today, it is about every tomorrow that follows. Mornings teach you discipline. Discipline is not a skill you are born with, it is a muscle you build. And mornings are the gym where that muscle is trained. When you choose to rise early, to focus, to resist the comfort of excuses, you are strengthening your ability to control your life. Those who master their mornings master their destiny because discipline is the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. The world celebrates talent, but talent without discipline dies young. A disciplined morning teaches you to command yourself before the world commands you. If you learn to win the battle of the morning, you will carry that victory into every challenge of the day. But if you lose your morning, the day controls you instead of you controlling it. Discipline is not about harshness, it is about alignment. It is about choosing what matters over what is easy. And there is no better time to practice this than in the morning, when your decisions are not yet clouded by the demands of others. A disciplined morning is a declaration that you are serious about your life. The small act of getting out of bed when you want to sleep more may seem insignificant, but it is training your mind to choose strength over weakness. It is reminding yourself that you are not controlled by comfort, you are controlled by commitment. That single choice builds the kind of resilience that success demands. Every morning you waste is a morning where you let excuses win. But every morning you use wisely is a morning where you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Discipline does not grow in comfort. It grows in the discomfort of choosing what is right over what is easy. If you learn to discipline your mornings, you will find that the rest of the day follows naturally. Your actions will align with your goals because you began the day with clarity. You will no longer live reactively, you will live intentionally. A wasted morning creates a day of regret, but a disciplined morning creates a life of fulfillment. The habits you master in the morning become the discipline you carry into your dreams. And without discipline, even the brightest dream fades into nothing. Gratitude transforms your day. Gratitude is the most powerful way to transform your mornings and, in turn, your entire life. When you wake up with gratitude, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what is missing, you focus on what is present. That simple shift fills your morning with light, and that light follows you throughout the day. Most people waste their mornings because they start with complaints. They wake up thinking about their problems, their failures, or what they lack. But gratitude replaces complaint with possibility. It teaches you to see the gift of being alive, the gift of another chance, the gift of hope. When you choose gratitude, you choose to empower your day. Gratitude does not require hours, it requires awareness. A simple acknowledgement of your blessings, your health, your loved ones, or even just the breath in your lungs is enough to realign your heart. And when your heart is aligned, your actions follow in harmony. Starting your morning with gratitude creates an armor around you. Negativity cannot easily penetrate because you are already rooted in thankfulness. Even when challenges arise, they do not shake you the same way because you are anchored in a mindset of abundance. Gratitude also invites joy, and joy is fuel for productivity. When you are joyful, you work better, you think clearer, and you connect deeper. Wasting your mornings robs you of this gift, while using them for gratitude multiplies it in every corner of your life. A grateful morning creates ripple effects. It makes you kinder in your words, stronger in your choices, and gentler in your relationships. It transforms not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Gratitude is contagious, and your mornings can become a source of inspiration for others. When you stop wasting your mornings and begin them with gratitude, you unlock a version of yourself that is more peaceful, more powerful, and more alive. Gratitude is the melody that sets the rhythm of your day, and the day that begins in gratitude always ends in fulfillment. In the end, when you waste your mornings, you are not just losing hours, you are losing the direction of your life. Every sunrise comes with a silent invitation asking you whether you will rise with it or let it pass you by. The person who masters the morning masters the day. And the one who masters the day eventually shapes the destiny of their entire life. Mornings are not ordinary, they are sacred. They are the unseen power that determines whether you will live reactively or intentionally, whether you will drift aimlessly or walk with purpose. If you want change, begin by changing the way you treat your mornings. Fill them with discipline, gratitude, and focus, and you will discover that life itself begins to change around you. Success does not wait for those who sleep through the sunrise. It waits for those who rise with it. So stop wasting your mornings, because within those hours lies the power to rewrite your story, to reshape your future, and to rise into the person you were always meant to become.